Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Real Wiccan Talk. I'm James Otten, and today we're going to be discussing, as some of you already know, we're going to be discussing this article which concerns a pastor named Jamal Bryant, who has made several ridiculous claims and is very frightened of this particular item. Dun dun dun! That's right, a smudge bundle. Can you believe it? Some of these superstitious Christian people, they just come up with so much weird stuff. This specifically, I was reading through the article, which is very long and drawn out and boring. I don't recommend it. Including that it can lead to demonic possession. Demonic possession, really. That's a little crazy. Quoting him here in the article, he calls sage burning witchcraft and satanic aromatherapy, guys. Satanic aromatherapy. What on earth is satanic aromatherapy? So what exactly does that mean? I guess according to Mr. Bobby Boucher here, I guess that means smells are the devil. They're the devil! Okay. So I would assume that if you have this item in your kitchen, you'd want to dispose of it also immediately, or risk opening a gateway to hell. Makes sense. Oh, let's not forget, hey guys, spring is right around the corner. So you might want to just stay home and avoid smelling any flower smells or honeysuckle or anything like that that's in the air during this time of year. Stay safe. You know, the devil's lurking in every single honeysuckle, so you got to watch out for that. You've got this item here. What does this use? Essential oils. This is pure evil. By all means, you know, boycott Walmart and Dollar General for even selling these. It's horrible evil. I don't... Satanic aromatherapy, guys. Glade items, especially ones such as Icy Evergreen Forest. Absolutely dispose of this item if you have it in your house. God forbid. This, I mean, why do I even have this? The devil's probably in my room standing over me right now. And, finally, of course, something like this. No. So I think we get the idea about how silly his satanic aromatherapy quote is. What other kinds of silly things does Pastor Bryant have to say? He had a problem when two of his church members apparently brought him the smudge model as a gift. Went on to do some research. Now there's a funny thought, a Christian actually researching, and found apparently that sales of these items have gone up 200% in the last 4 years, which is alarming to him. Went on to complain that New Age, he calls this a New Age practice, and he says New Age practices are attracting the largest amount of African Americans in history. Why is that a bad thing? I don't know. I mean, I'm all for it. Why not? You know, we call it New Age. He calls it New Age. Well, what he really means is anything that could be labeled New Age by McMuffins that don't really know the difference. So any kind of witchcraft practice or metaphysical, occult, whatever, would probably be New Age under his, you know, terminology. Yeah, I'm all for that. I think it's great. I don't know why he has an issue with that. Ifa was a great religion back in the pre-American days. That's what African people actually practiced. Stuff like Ifa, worshiping the Orishas. Great stuff, man. I mean, it's way better than the stuff this crackpot is telling us here. So I don't see a problem there. Let's see, we've got, his explanation for how this works. He says it's for calling in spirits or vexing spirits, but then he goes on to say you're either bringing down spirits or calling up spirits in your house to help you with this item, which technically is not really how it even works, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a clue what the hell he's even talking about. If you want a little metaphysical lesson, if this is something that you don't already know, which I'm sure many people watching this video probably already know, but actually sage is a high vibrational item. So when you burn it, you've got high vibrations, and anything that's of lower vibration gets affected by it, because higher vibrations trump lower vibrations. See, if pastors were actually taught how the invisible world works, they would know this stuff, but they don't. So if you have like a negative spirit that's a very low vibration, you light this, it's very high vibration, it actually irritates them, and then you open the door and it drives them out. Okay, so that's how that actually works. I'm sure many of you watching this have probably actually done that very thing before, as have I. And I'm pretty sure none of us have ever been possessed by a demon. I've never even actually seen a demon. I think a lot of people living right now are probably closer to being demons than anything I've seen in the astral world, if you ask me. So that whole entire argument of his is stupid. If you ever looked at the part of the Bible where they're talking about the 3 wise men, actually, what did they bring to Jesus? They brought him frankincense and myrrh for protection. Because, you know why? Because somebody who was writing that story actually knew the mystery about the herbs, the resins, and their vibrations, and that's why you would bring a baby Jesus, something like that, for protection. And it also nullifies this guy's argument that if you light something like this, what you're saying is that you don't need Jesus or something silly like that. You're asking herbs for help instead of Jesus. That's ridiculous. Okay, well, if that's true, Mr. Smarty Pants, then why did the 3 wise men bring Jesus frankincense and myrrh? I bet you don't even have a clue, dude. He's probably like, huh? I mean, seriously, he probably doesn't even know what frankincense and myrrh are for, to be honest. I know these arguments are pointless. There's no way you could ever explain these things to a pastor whose head is permanently stuck in a bucket of brainwash. Alright. And what else did we have here? Oh, when he's going on complaining about the African American people, he says, this is a quote, "They are spiritual, they just do not believe or submit to authority." And to that I say, good for them, right? Do we really need pastors telling us what to do? In all honesty, we don't. But people are brainwashed into believing that they need these authority figures, which leads to all kinds of bad things, which an example would be something else I'm looking at on this very website right now, the same one that this article is on. This guy says, TIF-paying Christians are protected from coronavirus. Really? You want to talk about a snake oil scam right there? So if you pay your 10% to the church every month or whatever, you're protected now from coronavirus, according to this guy. Okay, to me, that's the danger of even listening to pastors and preachers, televangelists especially. I mean, we all know how they go after your money. It's just ridiculous, guys. I mean, they're literally stealing old people's social security checks, and buying yachts and stuff for nothing. Because you get literally nothing out of it. Guys, trust me, you're not going to be protected from coronavirus, okay? If you really believe that, I mean, you're as kooky as the guy who said that. The last point that this guy made, he says, and I quote again, "Gotta be careful when people believe they are their own God." So to that I would say, yes, actually, that's true. You do need to be careful when you're dealing with someone who believes they're their own God. Because they might just have a lot more knowledge than you do. And that about wraps it up for this episode of Real Wicked Talk, guys. I hope this was entertaining and maybe even informative for some of you. Until the next video, blessed be. Peace out. Take care, guys.